Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for checking back in and for clicking on this video. Today, guys, we are going to have a look at how are the BTS members feeling about reuniting. So I've been waiting with this reading for a little bit because I thought it's probably best to do it around the time when the reuniting is actually on the horizon, like when it's a few days away from it, and just to see what the fresh energy is like. Okay. So yeah, let's do this reading then. This is going to be for all the BTS members, and I will also leave the timestamps for you either in the description box or in the comments. Okay. So yeah, let's begin and let's start with Jimin's energy. Now for Jimin, we have opposition that's come out here. And then we also have financial stability, which says your financial situation is secure and your career success is bringing you material rewards and a sense of safety for the future. So with the opposition, I'm getting that he could be a little bit like torn internally. I love it, but then I don't know, so he could be happy, but also feeling down about it for some reason. There's like opposing feelings that he could have here, but at the same time I feel like he's very aware that this new stage in his life with BTS is going to bring him financial stability, and no matter what happens, possibly also with BTS, his future will be, at least as an artist, as a musician, secure. But yeah, let's see what else wants to come through then, and let's see how he is feeling then currently. Yeah, you see High Priestess is here as well, which is quite a mysterious energy, actually, intuitive energy, and he is just keeping certain thoughts to himself for sure. So let's say if he has some worries or if he has any negative feelings about reuniting with BTS, he's not going to voice them. Definitely not in public. Okay, so I feel like he is just trusting in this journey overall. He's probably aware that I'm gonna have good days and then I'm gonna have bad days. I'm aware of that, but I trust the journey. I trust that this is divinely guided, this is meant to happen, and I'm just going to stay in my power as much as I can. I'm not going to express anything negative because I'm just gonna have to go with it and see if certain things that I'm worried about even happen, right? This is what he could be thinking, and he's more than anything focused on his stability as an artist, his long-term legacy as well here. Okay, so let's clarify and let's see what else. Opposition, please. Was it 2 Pentacles? Yeah. See, High Priestess is number 2, and we've got another 2 here as well. So he is kind of maybe going back and forth. He's maybe aware that, my life is going to be really, really out of balance. Like, I'll be working a lot and I might not have a lot of personal time or privacy, for example, right? 2 of Pentacles usually is all about going back and forth, as I said, weighing in your pros and cons. And more than anything, to me as a reader, this speaks about I have a lot on my plate, so I'm struggling with keeping everything in balance. I'm struggling with handling everything, at least sometimes, right? He knows that he's going to struggle with handling the workload because it's going to be busy. Let's see. Now, not to mention 2 of Pentacles can also speak about time management, managing your time wisely and staying practical with your time as well. And this can speak about adapting to your lifestyle. So he is probably a little bit worried perhaps if he will be able to adapt, or well, first of all, to the workload, and also maybe to other members. And now we have this Ace of Cups in the reverse. See, as I said, there's emotions that he is repressing that are of negative nature, certain things that he does not like about coming back together with BTS. There are certain elements of this part in his life that's about to start that also has negatives to that. Okay, let's see what else. Seven of Wands challenged. See, Seven of Wands is very defensive type of energy. Okay, you could be thinking that there are certain people here with whom, you know, what personalities are like night and day sometimes, right? This is Leo coming through here in a challenged position, really. It's like sometimes certain people can really hurt my pride, let's say. So I don't know whether or not I will always be able to stay in control of my emotions. When I'm upset, if I'm being put in a position where I'm having to be defensive, for example, right? And protective of my own space, my own, with the High Priestess being right at the top, my own peace of mind as well. So he probably knows that that's going to be challenging. Okay. What else? Jimmy. Okay. Knight of Wands is here. So, yeah, so Knight of Wands to me is always about energy and your passion and your inspiration, your spark, isn't it? I feel at the moment, at least, he is still excited to come together with BTS and get stuff going and get the ball rolling and really engage with his passion for music and for his fans, most likely. It's really nice to see actually that Knight of Wands is upright here because he's very inspired and action oriented. So he is ready for the adventure I'm getting here. I'm ready for it, despite of me knowing that not every day is going to be amazing, but it's mind over matter. You know, I have to stay on the go. That's my main priority. I'm going to have to take care of my energy, my passion for my music and BTS and our fans and everything. And that is going to be my driving force, right? Let's see what else. Okay. And we have the Fool. Yeah, see, we've got two cards here that indicate fearlessness, right? Going with the flow and just taking a leap of faith, starting fresh, starting from zero, and just staying open to the universe to deliver what's truly meant for you. And I think because the High Priestess is here, it is quite like a spiritual experience to him. So I don't know what he was like before when they just got together and when they started with BTS and stuff. But I feel like the age that he's in right now, he could be quite spiritual now. What he does have those spiritual thoughts, and with the Fool, it's like, I'm ready for this new beginning. I'm made for this. I've been waiting for this and I'm so excited. I'm so looking forward to it. And you know, I don't want to stay focused on what ifs and what could go wrong and so forth. I'm certain that something will go wrong because things never are as straightforward as you would like, isn't it? So he's probably mentally also prepared for those down days and some arguments and conflicts every now and again, isn't it? But overall, his mind is set on having fun, going with the flow, as I said, not have any high expectations, for example, of others at least around him, or his expectation of himself more than anything is to take care of his energy. Don't let anyone bring you down, or himself even, you know, and stay high vibe, stay optimistic, stay open to new adventures and changes maybe in his life as well, and just enjoy the ride, basically. Enjoy the ups and enjoy the downs as well. Let's take one more. Seven of Swords is here. Yeah, as I was just saying, that certain things he just doesn't he doesn't express certain things, what he thinks about maybe certain people or his own journey as well, okay, in which direction maybe he wants to go in, aside from BTS, for example, if he wants to go solo, or what his dreams are like, when it comes to just himself. I feel like he could just be keeping certain things to himself and not express it to anyone. um Seven of Swords certainly can speak about trickery and deceit that's maybe taken place here, that he has kind of decided to liberate himself from. Stop thinking about it, stop worrying about it, stop dragging it everywhere you go, and just keep on going. Stay physically active, take care of your health, take care of your mental health, stay high vibe, as I said, enjoy the ride, and don't think about the things that could ruin it all. And interestingly enough, see, we've got strength here as well. Stay strong, mentally confident as well, courageous, and yeah, again, passionate. I think that he's thinking, I'm so passionate about what I do in my life. I feel like I was born to do this, and nothing is going to take the joy for my music, BTS's music, our fans, and this adventure that I'm just about to embark on, right? And I'm mentally prepared, I am ready to go, and I'm choosing to liberate myself or detach myself from all the disappointments maybe that have taken place maybe in the recent past with this Seven of Swords, that have made him feel a little bit defensive, as I said, right? But the strength being here again is, I don't want to focus on those things that could make me feel discouraged, right? So I have to trust in life that everything has happened for a reason thus far, and everything that's about to come my way as well is also for a good reason. So I'm going to embrace the highs, I'm going to embrace the lows as well, because all of this will lead me to the next stage in my life, possibly after BTS. So overall, the way he's feeling right now about the reunion is, as I said, with the opposition, it could be, I have my worries, right? But I'm consciously choosing to focus on having the best time of my life, going on this journey and loving every moment of it. And I'm going to stay really protective of my energy so that I wouldn't have a bad experience, right? To some degree, this is also up to me to have a great time. Happiness is a choice. Even if everyone else around you is grumpy, I'm making a choice to stay happy and enjoy the ride, and, stay passionate about this journey and what I've been born to do in this lifetime. So overall, really positive energy. And I think it is quite smart of him to just not focus on the negatives, because he knows, right? you know not every day is going to be like daisies and sunshine, isn't it? We're going to have our bad days as well, but I'm going to think about it then when it actually happens. Right now, there's no point to worry about all these things, so let's just stay focused on the positives and let the rest fall behind a little bit. Okay, so really, really good energy for Jimin here. But yeah, let's move on and let's have a look at J-Hope's energy next, guys. For J-Hope, we have sextile energy here, which is really good. Actually, it's very harmonious, optimistic, positive, and talent focused energy, right? So largely, I think his thoughts and feelings about reuniting with BTS, at least currently, are optimistic, and they're yeah, he's just kind of like, as well, kind of going with the flow and trying to find pleasure and enjoyment in this new chapter in his life. Okay, but then we also have intimacy in the reverse here. Now this card says the sense of intimacy may be fading. Unresolved emotional issues or lack of honesty could be creating distance. So I don't know if he's maybe currently feeling that we're not as close as we used to be, and maybe our spark is fading a little bit as a group. Okay, and maybe there's been moments of dishonesty between them as well, or some unresolved issues. Okay, but despite of that, I do think that his own energy though is very much set on having a great time, enjoying himself, and working on his talent. But let's see what else wants to come through for him. So let's clarify the overall energy. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse though. That's interesting. Ace of Pentacles in the reverse can speak about a missed opportunity, a missed chance. I don't know if this now speaks about his own solo career as well. Okay, that coming together with BTS could be, you know, making him miss out on certain opportunities. But if not that, this can also speak about lack of stability. Okay, so at the moment, at least, he could be thinking that as a group, we aren't as stable as we used to be and nothing is set in stone. I feel like he could be thinking that I don't have any foresight for the future. How long are we going to stay together for? Or what is the future of BTS, right? But at the moment, I'm just going to go with the flow, enjoy myself, as I said, because at the moment, I don't want us to miss any opportunities. But let's see. Let's clarify sextile. Let me just see the reverse, please. So, yeah. So that makes sense now why this Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. So this is all about plans, having foresight for the future, and really thinking about which kind of direction am I going to go in. I wonder what is that other direction that he's thinking about. There is a choice of two. Which way do I want to proceed? Which option, which journey do I want to take action on the most? Or what do I plan for myself for the future as well? Okay, right now he's obviously very much set on going ahead with everything that's been planned for BTS, but I think at this point he's maybe already thinking beyond BTS, or not so much beyond BTS, but beyond the world tour, most likely. He's very much thinking about leaving home soon, traveling and stuff. But I mean, I feel like maybe he's just not overly happy having to leave home or something. But let's see what else. Two of Wands overall. These plans have been put in place, and I'm set on, you know, leaving home soon and going on this journey. But at the same time, though, I'm also already thinking ahead. So Eight of Pentacles is here, which is all about your work, craftsmanship. I'm focused on the work. I'm focused on my talents. You know, becoming perfect as well. Eight of Pentacles usually is repetitive work until you become perfect, right? But overall, I'm getting here that he is more than anything still focused on his skills, because his skills is what brings the money in, the stability for him as an artist. Okay, so he's just thinking, without my skills, I will not have a future as an artist or an entertainer or a K-pop artist. It's almost like he's got very high expectations of himself and his talents, his skills, and his ability. So it's like, I'm going to have to stay on top of all of that as much as I can, because my future also depends on that, not just BTS's future, right? It's something along those lines I'm getting here. But overall, you know, Eight of Pentacles upright specifically is also a very passionate, energy. It's like I enjoy what I do. I enjoy being a talented person, or being in the arts and being a arty creative person. I enjoy making music. I enjoy my dancing and stuff, and that's what I'm going to focus on. Even if, let's say, certain relationships within the group aren't maybe as close as they used to be, and there's unresolved emotional wounds or drama there as well. It's like, I don't want that to be my focus, right? I'm going to focus on my skills and having fun and enjoying myself, okay? But also, I'm not going to forget that I also have a future outside of BTS. So I'm not forgetting about that as well. I also have another journey here that also very much depends on my abilities as a creative person, as a dancer, and so forth. So staying in control or disciplined when it comes to his skills and keeping his skills to a high standard is really, really important to him. So now we've got 10 of Wands here in the reverse. See, 10 of Wands is quite a tired energy. Upright or in the reverse, this is me doing it all, right? I'm exhausted, I'm a little bit stressed out, and I need to put that burden to the side to relax a little bit, not worry about nothing. So what I'm getting here is that he most likely is a little bit anxious or a bit stressed out as well, in terms of like, well, what if it's not going to go as well? Or what if I'm not going to perform as well? Or, he's thinking about what ifs basically. But at the same time, I can't keep on carrying my worries around with me everywhere, because it's just creating a lot of emotional baggage, right? And I need to release that so that I could fully enjoy what I'm doing. And the enjoyment is exactly what's going to keep me motivated as an artist. So the enjoyment and passion for my work is what's going to make it shine. Okay. So for some reason, that's what he's thinking about here, right? Let's see, what else do we have here? So we've got Knight of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, see, Knight of Cups in the reverse is, I'm just thinking too much, imagining certain scenarios and thinking too much about things that haven't happened yet. And it puts me in the mood, or it destabilizes my mood a little bit, right? Six of Cups in the reverse as well. I don't know if there is like lack of forgiveness as well. I don't know if he's had a row with someone, or there's been like, as this card says over here, intimacy may be fading, like the spark is maybe fading due to something that's happened in the past. Dishonesty in the past within that group, because sextile again speaks about the group, the whole group that he's involved in. This is not singular, single-minded energy. This is herd mentality, right? So something has happened in the past that has caused, you see, and we have the devil here as well. Yeah, something has caused toxic energies within that group that, in his perspective now, have caused them to maybe drift apart a little bit or something like that. And when it comes to himself, maybe there's some unresolved, resentment, for example, as well, that could be underlying there towards someone within that group. But again, at the same time, he's just like, I can't be jealous of someone, you see, and jealous, because the Knight of Cups in the reverse is a jealousy card as well. I don't know if this is now something to do with someone who, in his perspective, thinks they're better, thinks they're more handsome, or they're more talented than he is, or something. There's some sort of comparison going on here when it comes to him and someone. And he obviously does not like that so much. But at the same time, though, he's like, it's really the skills that matter when it comes to this job and being part of BTS. If we did not have the skills that we do, if we didn't have the talents that we do, BTS would have never gotten as far as it did. So that must be the main priority here in his perspective, in his mind. That's what he is going to focus on. Even though there are some strings attached behind the scenes, though, that still every now and again cause him to feel a bit disappointed in the group or someone within that group, or how he feels about like the future of BTS as well, because of how certain members maybe have treated each other in the recent past, most likely, or the teamwork overall doesn't seem to work the same way as it did before when we were younger. But we can't stay stuck thinking about that, isn't it? We need to put work into it so that we can maybe make something new out of it. Or transform it somehow again. And let's take one more. So we have page 1. Yeah, as I said, to bring something new out of this, right? And also we have 5 of Pentacles here. Oh no. And 7 of Wands. Yeah, I do think that there's been like maybe some defensive conflicts or something going on behind the scenes in the recent past. Okay, they're temporary energies though, but at the same time, it could be that he's still holding resentment here towards someone and he can't kind of shake that. For some reason, he's just thinking about that. Also, isolation and loneliness. I don't know if he's a little bit worried about, how the public is going to perceive him in terms of like, when it comes to superficial things specifically, I'm getting. People might, in his perspective, think that I'm not as young as I was before, or there is feelings of insecurities here and isolation. He could be worried about becoming insecure when it comes to himself. Like maybe because Knight of Cups, when you put Knight of Cups upright, it's beauty, aesthetics. He could be worried about, oh, I'm not as handsome as someone is here, or someone's going to think that I'm a bit old or something, or I look old or something like that, or I'm just not going to live up to the same standard as, I don't know, like the beauty standard specifically when it comes to Korean society. It's just his own insecurities that he's painfully aware of, but at the same time, it's like, I have to make it work for myself. I can't stay focused on that, isn't it? It's like, I will obviously have good days as well, but I already know that I'm going to end up feeling alone or isolated or not good enough. I'm getting, because we did see that devil as well, isn't it? So with intimacy being in the reverse, it's like, I'm not going to be the popular one in the group, for example, and I'm not going to be perceived as one of the handsome ones or something like that. So at least I could be perceived as someone who's very talented, someone who is disciplined, someone who is known for their high quality of work and like maybe presence as well on stage. Like I can focus on these things. These are the things that make me stand out. But page 1's overall is a good energy to get upright, especially because this is him, focusing on the fact that I can go and explore the world a little bit. I'm setting off on a journey here and being out and about, meeting people from all over the world. Of course, that is incredibly exciting. I feel like he's the type of person who really likes to be part of the group. Him with his strong Aquarius and Pisces is in it, is going to like to be out and about, talking to people from, different countries, different languages, right? I think that this is something that really brings that passion out in him, or that spark. And I do think that he's also thinking one of my strengths maybe is also my communication abilities, right? I'm a very social person. I find it easy to speak to people, even if we don't even speak the same language. Like, I connect with people pretty easily. I'm quite a fun person, quite humorous and jokey and so forth. So people tend to want to speak to me more. And I'm looking forward to doing that as well. Okay. And then, as I said, really, really strong energy of like talent coming through here. I need to work on my talents and insecurities, and maybe fearing that I'm going to end up feeling not good enough for some reason. Okay. But guys, this is all I've got for J Hope. So let's move on and let's have a look at V next. Okay, you guys, 8th house has come out for V. So that's a very magnetic house. So we'll have to see why this is here. But essentially, Scorpio energy speaks about passion and drive. And this is a very sexy house as well. Okay, this is also about shared resources. Okay, so maybe, he's sharing something here, like his space, possibly his time with others as well. But overall, this is a very passionate, magnetic house. Okay, now we also have reconciliation that's come out for him. It says past wounds are healing. You and another person are finding a way to reconcile and move forward with greater understanding. So I think that overall he is looking forward to this. To be fair, I do think that it's time to come together and heal this gap of we've not been on stage, we've not connected with our fans properly yet. And I can't wait. I feel like this is his energy of moving forward and really embracing this new stage in his life. Right now, for all I know, maybe there's been some difficult energies there in the group in the recent past, right? And quite a lot of conflicts have been coming through in the dailies as well. Now he could be thinking, now when it comes to the group overall, reuniting officially, going on tour together, and everything could help us to reconcile properly with one another as well. Okay, but yeah, let's have a look what else wants to come through now for a lovely V. So let's see. The overall energy is, yeah, as I just said, that the Chariot, lovely. This is just, I'm ready, let's go, can't wait, let's do it tomorrow already. He is just fired up. He is focused on success, making this journey a success, and going on the road, traveling. And it's almost like, I'm so set on this. I know that this is going to be a success. I know that we will be victorious. I know that we will be doing extremely well. I'm so sure of this, and I have no worries basically here at all that are worth thinking about even at this point. So really, really good energy for V here. He is just, yeah, can't wait to take action. He's like, let's go, baby. I'm so ready for this ride, and I can't wait to see all my fans. I can't wait to go on the road with the boys as well, travel and see the world and be around people and so forth. So he's super confident here. Okay, so let's see what else wants to come through, please, for V. However, he does know that this is going to be probably hard work. Okay, he's going to have a lot of responsibilities and duties here. He's going to be tired, burnt out as well, most likely. Yeah. Okay, so 3 of Swords, his heartbreak and pain could be as well. I don't know if the heartbreak and pain could be due to being on the road and being away from people, like home. Cancerian energy coming through here, right? For him to reconcile with his fans means that I have to move away from the people who are my home, for example, and that's going to be difficult. Perhaps he has someone here who he's with at the moment, or who he is passionate about with this eighth house, okay? And being away from this person is going to be slightly heartbreaking, though. Or all the other friends that he has outside of BTS, he could be thinking, well, that's going to be hard to be away from my mates who, you know, I hang out with, and maybe also reuniting with BTS to some degree. He's already aware that we're gonna have our painful moments here as well, but at the same time, though, Scorpio energy is not going to be focused on that. Scorpio is such a passionate and driven energy. His focus is on, let's just keep on moving, right? Even if we're going to have difficult times, we just need to keep on moving forward and not look back, not hold on and hover there. So let's just move on. At least this is his focus. I'm not going to stay stuck in some difficult situations here. My passion is to become successful, stay in action, right? Enjoy my time, enjoy the traveling as well. And as much as it will be difficult for me to be away from certain people, it will be a bit of a baggage for me, yeah, because I will be thinking about them, right? I feel maybe attached to home, or people who feel like home, who are my people, right? So it's going to be difficult to detach a little bit, but work needs to be done here. And I am also equally very, very passionate about my work and my journey within this lifetime as a celebrity, as an artist, and as an entertainer. So it is a little bit bittersweet, but it is what it is. What else, please? King of Wands, challenge. See, as I said, 8th house is also shared resources. So sharing spotlight with others. Maybe he might be thinking, oh, I don't know how this is going to work out, okay? Especially when it comes to maybe interviews and stuff, it's probably not going to be equal when it comes to the spotlight specifically. And also, I feel like he could be very aware that he might have a fiery personality at times when it comes to like difficult situations or being burnt out and tired. That's when maybe his temper comes out the most, when he's hangry or tired or just, burnt out or stressed maybe, or anxious. He might, express it outwardly in terms of like he might become a bit annoyed or like fiery, I guess. So he's probably aware that I'm gonna have to try and keep that under wraps as much as I can, because having a great time is going to be my utmost priority here when it comes to the team and also himself, right? It's almost like I'm going on this journey as well. I don't always have to think of the team. I also want to have a great time outside of the team. So if others are going to bicker and fight, that's on them. But I will want to have a great time with my fans on stage, outside of it, traveling and so forth. So I'm going to try and not rise to any conflicts, to any arguments, right? I'm just going to try and stay as balanced as possible, or don't rise to certain energies or situations, right? Stay out of it. Keep on moving. Keep on looking forward, right? Where are we going? What are we doing next? Stay focused on the work and the success that he can, reap from this experience, this new stage in his life that he has been most likely waiting for so long. It's like, finally, I'm getting on stage. Finally, I can put myself out there more. Finally, I can show more of myself to my fans. Finally, I can speak to my fans more. It's like I've been waiting and waiting. I've been so patient. And, I've maybe been frustrated as well, because I could have maybe done more as an artist, but perhaps he wasn't allowed to, right? So he had to maybe stay in the dark with this eighth house. But now I'm breaking out. Now I'm coming out. It's almost like he feels really sexy and confident within himself as well. And it's like, I just want to show more of myself. I just want people to see how I've changed, perhaps as well, with this eighth house, which speaks about a transformation as well. So perhaps, he's thinking that I have something new about me to show to my fans as well, and I really just can't wait. Let's see, what else do we have here for Taeyong? Oh, I think that was, I was just wanted to say Age of Pentacles. So Age of Pentacles in the reverse with that 10 of Wands right above it. I think that, he very much ties BTS's reunion to his development as an artist as well. It's almost like it's going to lead me forward anyway, even in my own personal career outside of BTS. This stage in my life is important, right? And everything needs to be perfect. I need to do perfectly, because this is going to lead me to another or a new path in my life as well. Okay, so he might be saying, even if I won't feel overly passionate, even if I'm just not gonna want to work at all, or I'm just tired and stressed and burnt out and stuff, I'm still gonna have to do my very best. And he might be thinking, sometimes I maybe struggle with like a high pace lifestyle, for example, right? Sometimes I prefer to take it slow. Sometimes I need more time than other members maybe to recharge my battery. So I'm gonna have to try my best and stay on the same wavelength with everyone, on the same timeline with everyone, even though I know that this is going to be slightly challenging to me. That on some days I just won't want to work, but I'm gonna have to focus or rely on my passion for the craft, or my fans, for example, and the future of my career as well, either with BTS or without. Okay, so my work and how much work I put into all of this is going to determine what happens with me in the future, right? So he's very, very driven here. This is very Capricorn type of energy that's coming through, I feel, where it's like, some days I really just don't feel like getting up even from my bed. Okay, but I'm gonna have to force myself, because I have a future to live for as well. So if I'm gonna be lazy, if I'm not going to do my best and aim for perfection as much as I can, it's definitely going to affect my future. So better, stay focused on that I still have a life to live, or success to reap, and career to work on outside of BTS after world tour, isn't it? Let's see what else. So we've got 2 cards here. So, and yeah, see, the world is here as well. It's almost like, yeah, certain people who I won't able to see, at least they'll be able to see me online, and they can check up on me and my, show, this Netflix show and everything, right? And I'll be able to stay in touch with them online. I can send them messages, I can FaceTime, maybe someone can come and visit even, or he can come and visit, I guess, as well. But overall, I do think that when it comes to reuniting, especially, okay, he is just so ready for that. The time is now. The cycle has wrapped up and a new cycle is starting, and I'm so ready for that. It comes with certain negatives, like anything else in life, but it doesn't faze me. And he just can't wait to travel, I'm getting, more than anything. He's just like, we're finally together. Everything feels right. And I just can't wait to hit the road already, or something like that. Okay. I feel like there's a little bit of disappointment maybe when it comes to like creativity or something. Like he's maybe not had a lot of say about certain creative processes taking place. I don't know, maybe this is songs, songwriting, for example, credits and stuff like that. So there could be a bit of disappointment in that. But then at the same time, as I said, it's like it doesn't faze me. Whatever's making me feel a bit emotional or sensitive topics, let's say, within the group and the business and everything, right? It doesn't matter at this time. My main focus is to hit the road, go and travel, have the best time of my life, and, enjoy being in front of my fans, performing, right? And doing what I'm meant to do. The world is really strong energy here because it speaks about fulfillment, your purpose, right? And achievement. I'm ready to achieve great things, and I'm taking the whole world with me. All my fans are with me. See, we've got 6 of Cups in the reverse here as well. So yeah, it's almost like we're just, in his perspective now, we're just continuing where we left off. But with a renewed, I don't know, some sort of mindset or a look, could be. You might be thinking, but we're more like masculine now. We're not kids anymore. We are like men now. So we are continuing where we left off, but we just have changed slightly. There's some sort of transformation that we all have gone through within the group, and also the fans most likely have changed slightly. They've aged, they've grown up, or I don't know, they've not been together for a good few years, isn't it? So it's almost like he can't wait to embrace all these changes that have taken place during the time when everything was still, for him at least, and for the fans most likely as well. So yeah, really positive energy for him. He's looking forward to it. And more than anything, yeah, it's like traveling, I feel, is really something that he most likely enjoys, to see different parts of the world and people and cultures and stuff like that, and putting himself out there, making his mark again in the news, in the media, the fans and everything. And it's like, I'm finally getting to achieve something now. I'm finally starting a new cycle as an artist, right? I'm finally able to shine in the public and be the star that I was born to be, right? So yeah, he just can't wait. I think that when he starts performing, you will probably see his energy is going to be like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting for, and it's finally happening, and I could not be any happier, basically. But anyways, guys, this is all I've got for our lovely Taeyong. So let's move on now to RM. So for RM, we have the 7th house that's come through here. And we also have opportunities in the reverse. Now, this card says you may be missing out on important opportunities or hesitating to take the leap into a new phase of your career. So there's a little bit of hesitation here, leaping into this new phase, as the card says. But 7th house is still very balanced, relationship focused energy. So his main focus, probably at the moment at least, the way he perceives things, is I need to keep our relationships as smooth as possible. I need to keep an eye on how we interact with one another, and my relationships with the members and members' relationships with one another are going to be my main priority for some reason. And 7th house is all about those relationships that have lasted for years as well. It's almost like we need to keep us together. My main priority is to us to get along with each other as best as possible, right? But again, he could be hesitating that everything is going to go the way he wants or he's hoping for. But let's see, what else do we have here. Now, of course, 7th house can also speak about like his relationship to his fans, for example, fans that have been there for years as well. So again, that could be his main priority, fans and other people, and making new maybe friends and connections as well along the way is going to be his focus. Okay, so Forgot. So yeah, see a Three of Pentacles in the reverse, conflict. So, and lack of teamwork as well, or some challenges within that teamwork, disharmony within teamwork. Okay, so he probably is aware that we've had our ups and downs up until this point. So once we come back together officially, when we are going to reunite on the stage, and from this point onwards, these relationships are going to be my main priority, to keep them, as I said, as smooth as possible. I don't want anyone to start arguing, fighting, and bickering over the smallest, stupidest of things, right? And this is my duty and responsibility to make sure that everyone is getting along with one another, including himself, getting along with others as well, okay? But I feel like he's very aware that most likely arguments are going to happen. Or something feels like either disorganized somehow, or just overall there will be conflicts there. Okay, but let's see what else wants to come through, please. The Sun, lovely. So yeah, as I said, with the Three of Pentacles in the reverse and the Sun coming out, I'm going to try and keep everyone as happy as possible, and make sure that no one's going to just fall out with one another. I want to be the person who brings joy and happiness in everybody's lives, okay? And overall, it speaks about his own happiness as well, playfulness and having fun, and spending a lot of time outdoors, for example, traveling and being in the spotlight as well, and just enjoying that time rather than being overly cautious, for example, preventing yourself from having fun and enjoying it. Yeah, so I do think that he's looking forward to being in the spotlight again, but with the people around him, it's almost like there's a massive difference being in the spotlight on my own or being in the spotlight with all the boys. It's so much more enjoyable to do it as a group and be part of a group, rather than be in the spotlight, all eyes on me, all but myself, without anyone. It's just maybe awkward a little bit. But with the boys, we can have a laugh, we can just have fun, we can just fool around a little bit as well, and just be boys, be chaotic a little bit in a positive way, childlike, I'm getting here, right? And focus on reaping this success as well, and bringing happiness to others around us as well, which most likely is then the fans. But see, the Chariot challenged and Three of Swords challenged. So the Chariot is success, movement forward, and interestingly enough, my candle's just gone out as well, and just leaving home, I'm getting as well, is going to be challenging, because he most likely has a relationship in the background. Someone he does not want to be separated from is going to be difficult. As much as this new cycle in my life, in my career, brings me joy and happiness and pleasure, and I to some degree can't wait for it, I'm also feeling saddened about that. It's going to put a pause on everything else that's going well in my life, which is most likely a relationship here. Yeah, it's almost like he's got like either a relationship here that he can take it to the next level or something like that, or somehow expand, okay, or solidify somehow. But this opportunity could be taken away from him because of BTS. He could be worried that if I'm going to be traveling a lot and I'm going to be in the spotlight a lot, and I'm going to have a lot of work commitments, basically, it's going to affect my relationship here with someone. I think it's a love relationship, to be honest. Yeah, so there's hesitancy here, but equally there's still joy and happiness as well. It's like I've been waiting for this time, and now that this time is here, I have uncertainty about it, because a relationship has taken place when I didn't maybe think that I will ever have a relationship at this time. So I've been very focused on hitting the road and, traveling and seeing all my fans and being in the public eye and performing and everything. And now, from all of a sudden, I have this relationship here and I'm saddened about leaving this person. Could be this person and someone else. And to be fair, in the dailies I have been getting that the person he could be dealing with is someone who maybe has a child as well from a previous relationship. And Leo and Libra and Cancer, they're also relationship focused signs, isn't it? And especially Cancer, when Cancer clings on to someone, it's very, very hard to detach. So it could be that emotionally it's going to be difficult, but I need this success also when it comes to my career. Like, it's not something I can kind of escape, right? So that's why seventh house is here. It's almost like I need to find a way how to maintain all of my relationships equally with that Libra coming through here, which essentially is the Justice card, isn't it? So it's like I have to be honest and truthful, first of all, when it comes to his own emotions, when it comes to the person that he's romantically connected with, committed to, and also when it comes to his other commitments to other people and his work as well, right? So it's only then I can maybe balance everything. Only then I can maybe make sure or somehow allow myself to grow in other ways as well, okay? But he's maybe a bit worried that it might not work out with the person he's with because he'll be away a lot. Yeah. What else, please, for Oren? So we have, see the Hermit, soul searching. This is him needing to have a bit of privacy and alone time as well, away from the public eye. That could be another thing that is maybe going to cause some issues, okay? I feel like he's going to miss his independence a little bit, to be fair. I do think that he's the type of person who needs alone time sometimes and just be his own person outside of BTS and not be RM, just be Namjoon and just, be a curious boy traveling about, reading his books and, thinking about life and stuff. Again, Hermit is such an introspective, spiritual energy, right? It's very wise and smart as well. And it enjoys alone time, right? It's quite an introverted type of energy. So I do think that he is very aware that he's going to be really, really busy, but at the same time, I'm also going to want to have some alone time. So that is probably him putting down certain healthy boundaries here in terms of like, I'm going to work super hard, but I'm not going to survive without some alone time, without some independence or some privacy, for example. Maybe also because I've got a relationship here, so I just maybe will want to detach from the group sometimes myself to reconnect with someone who I have a relationship going on behind the scenes and who I don't want to let go of. So his main priority here is not really so much BTS at the moment when it comes to the reunion. It's almost like, I know that's going to happen, so, I don't have to not like focus on this so much. It's almost like I am focused on it, but then at the same time, certain other things have been highlighted in my life as well during this time that are also equally just as important, and I take them extremely seriously. So how do I balance everything? That is my main priority, keeping everyone happy, keeping myself happy, and also focusing on the group as well, so that everyone would get along with one another as well, okay? It's the relationships that he has around him that are going to affect his life. That's the most important thing, or that's the main focus that he's got, because if, let's say, this relationship is going to break down because of BTS, I'm going to be utterly unhappy. I'm going to be down. I'm going to feel really bad about life and everything, and then my friendships, my mates are going to come into the picture, who are going to get me back on track, who I will confide in. So of course my relationships with other BTS members are just as important as well. So need to nurture all of these connections, right? So let's say if I'm going to have an argument here with someone from BTS, it's going to be this person over here who's going to listen to me vent, and I can rely on this person then to help me through those difficult times. So that's why it's important for me to nurture this relationship as well. So I hope that makes sense, guys. Okay. And then on top of that, I know that I'm going to need some alone time as well. So he could be worried about alone time a little bit. It's like I'm super happy to come together with BTS, of course. And I'm excited to travel and do all the fun things and be around boys and goof around and everything, you know. But at the same time, I'm aware that my personality needs some alone time as well. And will I get it? I don't know. And that's a bit worrisome. Okay, let's take a few more. So we've got a 7 of Swords here in the reverse. There is a bit of resistance here to leave, I'm getting, okay, and the Hanged Man is in the reverse as well. Yeah, stalling. This is resisting. This is me not having a lot of power over what's happening in my life at this point. At least I'm powerless, right? I'm kind of having to go with the flow and do what I'm told, and do my best as much as I can, at least, right? But something is just kind of hanging over my head here. So he is a bit stressed and anxious over the facts. Will I be able to do everything that I want to do, though, at the same time? Do you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I will be able to reconnect with my fans, which is given, okay? I'm going to be on stage. I'm going to be around other musicians, and I'm going to have a lot of public appearances and so forth, which I've been waiting for, and I'm happy about that. But also at the same time, there's a bit of resistance, as I said. And indecision as well about how something is going to work out for him as an individual rather than RM of BTS. That's what I mean. It's like he's not too worried about BTS. He knows that BTS is going to be fine. Everything's, going to go ahead, and we will try our best, including myself. We will try our best to give you some really good music and performances, and keeping everyone happy is going to be the main priority on our list, okay? But I don't know how everything else is going to work out. How is BTS and me being on tour and everything going to affect my personal life? And everything is still kind of open-ended, though. What's going to happen after BTS? The world tour, I mean, okay? Again, there are certain questions that are still hanging there over his head, and he does not have those answers. And also, as I said, indecision with the Libra coming through here as well on top of everything. It's like, I don't know. We shall see how things are going to go. Especially when it comes to, again, the relationships. It could be that he might think like this relationship is going to break down. I'm going to be heartbroken. This whole, experience, this new cycle in my life is going to turn to dust, really. Okay, I'll be depressed and sleepless, and I'm going to hate this new stage in my life. Or it could go really well, that everything is just going to work out in my favor, right? That's what I mean. But I don't know how it's going to go, right? I don't know. So he has a bit of worried energy here. See, Temperance in the reverse. Everything's going to be really chaotic. I'm not going to have time for myself. I might not have time for this relationship. I'm going to be all over the place. And it's almost like extremes. I know that everything will be pushed to the extremes. Everyone will as well. So what my life is going to be like, I don't know. I will love the fun parts, obviously, but I don't know how I'm going to handle the negative parts. I'll do my best, yeah, but I'm trying to stay realistic here. That, I'm I'm sure that we're going to have really, really tough moments. And especially when it comes to himself as well, he is going to find it tough to be away from home, maybe his family, his relationship that he has here with someone, okay? And he will find it tough to be with the team as well when they're not getting along, or when he's not getting along with someone here. And not to mention, could be also the workload on its own as well, will be on top of that quite tough, right? So I'm not getting that this reading or his energy overall is negative. It's just realistic. Virgo is so realistic, but it likes the details, right? It's perfectionism, right? And perfectionism comes with downsides of burnout and mental restlessness. Virgo is mentally so restless, isn't it? And not to mention this three of pentacles, sorry, in the reverse as well. It's, maybe there's already been some arguments which I've been getting, okay, and he might be thinking, well, what am I going to do with all these people? How are we going to get along? How is the teamwork going to progress if we're going to continue this way during the tour, for example, right? So I feel like his worries are all valid. He's just trying to be prepared for the worst and prepared for the best as well. So he's in his very heavy, like a mental energy right now, thinking about everything all at once, and that can cause him to become overwhelmed a little bit, right? But yeah, overall, I think he just doesn't have any like solid expectations of what the future is going to be like, what the tour is going to be like. It's like, I would like to think that everything's going to go well, but we all know that, sometimes plans don't work out the way we want them to. So I'm just preparing for everything what's to come, okay? So his energy is really, really different. I mean, V's energy was really positive, and he was like, I don't care. I'm not thinking about the negatives. I don't want to set myself on this path or on this headspace that something's going to go wrong. No, we're going to have success, and that's about it. That's my main priority, right? Where it's with RM, he's just thinking of all the scenarios that could happen and take place all at once. But guys, this is all I've got for him now. So let's see, who else do we have here? Yeah, let's move on now to Jungkook. So for Jungkook, we have Pisces energy here, which is actually really, really nice. I think his thinking, we're finally coming back together. I'm loving this moment. And yeah, it kind of makes me sensitive even. Pisces is very sensitive energy. And I mean, it could be even, tearing him up a little bit as well, that finally this moment is here, and I'm loving this. I'm feeling really, really positive about all of this. Now, we also have family card that came through for him as well. And this card says harmony and support in your family relationships provide a solid foundation in your life. You feel safe and happy. See what I mean? I think that he is thinking that BTS is my family, my fans are my family, and I couldn't be any happier to be reunited with everyone officially now and go out there and create a lot of music and create this new stage in our lives as well. It's almost like we're kind of going on this journey all together, and I'm really loving this. Okay, but let's see what else wants to come through for our lovely Jungkook. So we have Page of Cups in the reverse though, so very strong Pisces coming through here, to be fair. But Page of Cups in the reverse is more like insecurity perhaps, so there's like a block maybe as well to create something. This can speak about new beginnings as well. This is again very creative energy, so I don't know if there's like a block to create something, maybe when it comes to his own like solo stuff or something like that. But again, Pisces is gonna focus on where the love is, fans is where the love is. Other BTS members, right? And bringing that love and creation to the fans as well is the most important thing, right? And as I said, with sensitivity, it's like he's feeling sensitive about all of this. There's like that heartwarming, tender energy here, but Page in the reverse, Page of Cups in the reverse is indicating I don't want to appear like I'm sensitive, though. Even though I am, I don't want to appear like I'm about to cry, or, you know, he might be thinking, I hope that once I'm going to come out on stage and I'll do my performances and stuff, and I'll see all the fans there cheering for us and us being on stage all together like the old times, right? It's just going to make me tear up and I might cry. And he's probably thinking it's better if I did not cry, so I'm going to try not to cry, for example, right? So I do think that he is now, yeah, kind of in the energy of, I don't want to disappoint anyone. I don't want to disappoint my fans, and I don't want to disappoint BTS members as well, right? So I'm going to stay as loving as possible of everyone around me, and I'm gonna try and stay in that high vibe, happy, grateful energy that this is happening for me and for us, right? Pisces and the family card would be focused on the collective rather than itself, okay? So his focus here is, I can't be immature with the Page of Cups being in the reverse. I can't be selfish. I need to be realistic about what is the most important thing here, which is love. Okay, bringing that love to the world and also being immersed in it myself, that all the love that I get from the fans and stuff is my driving force, is what makes me passionate in what I do here. Okay, but let's see what else for Jungkook. Oh yeah, see, a lot of young energy coming through. So the full, yeah, it's like I'm starting fresh. This is a new beginning for me. This is a brand new beginning. I'm not looking back. I'm not trying to compare myself to the old version of me. And this is a new phase in my life, and I'm staying optimistic and cheerful, and I'm trusting in the universe that everything is just going to go well. We will have so much success as a group, and you know, this is also, you know, setting off somewhere as well, traveling, and everything will be so much fun. This is what I want, to have fun and to enjoy the company of my friends and essentially who are my brothers, really, and just, you know, focus on the love that we have for each other. Okay, so it's really nice to get this full energy here as the first card out, because it is a really innocent energy, as I said, like a really kind of soft and sensitive and innocent and young energy that's coming through here. So I don't know if he's thinking about like, this maybe really is new part in my life, a new cycle, a new me. Actually, it's maybe I've changed somehow, or he could be feeling this is the time when I really feel like I will start building something really solid for myself, and it's somehow going to be different to what it was before. Or maybe he's imagining, because again, Pisces and Page of Cups, both very imaginative, Neptune focused energies. Okay, so he could be a little bit in that dreamy state as well, in terms of like, I can only imagine how much success we're going to reap from this tour, and you know, that the fans are going to like what we've created. Again, so much creation and creativity here as well, and what we will continue to create. And but also I feel like it speaks for his solo career as well, that this new stage in my life is going to kickstart the next part in my life overall, outside of BTS as well, right? So he's very, you know, taking it in really deeply, actually. But let's see, what else do we have here? Jungkook, please. And yeah, he's ready to, you see, Three of Cups upright as well, which is really, really nice. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to celebrate this. And I just couldn't be any happier. I mean, guys, look, 10 of Cups as well. I'm going to take this one. And we've got the Empress here as well, and 9 of Cups. Oh my word, I'm going to take all of them actually. So I think that he is just overjoyed. He is loving this, that finally all my dreams, my wishes are coming true, and I can make somebody else's wishes come true as well, which most likely would be the collective here, the fans. He's thinking about the fans so much and how much he loves them and how much he loves the boys as well around him, and most likely the team and everything who have worked tirelessly for all of this to happen, right? So the Empress here is sitting very comfortably in her power. He is in his power as well, and he knows that we will do really good. We have so much to celebrate, and this new cycle, this new journey that's opened up for us is to be celebrated. So his focus is very much on, as I said, having fun, enjoying the company of his wonderful friends here. I feel like it's just, he can't wait to be in the spotlight as well. I do think that Jungkook likes to be in the spotlight. He's got so much Leo in his chart, isn't it? So he's made for the spotlight, though it's not like in a big-headed way. He's just made for that. He's born to do what he is doing, right? He's born to be a celebrity. And I think that he's, you know, in the dailies, this energy has been coming through where he has been slightly annoyed about the fact that he has to stay in the dark and he doesn't have any solo music or anything to give to his fans. And in fact, I believe it came out in his energy check as well, right? And that's been coming through in the dailies as well. It's almost like, you know, why am I sitting here for? I've got all these abilities and I can't use them, right? I've got all these talents, but they're useless at this point. When can I come out with something? I'm itching to go out there and be the celebrity that I was born to be, right? And now finally this moment is coming, and he just couldn't be any happier, to a point where it's just making him feel really sensitive, emotional. So Pisces essentially in tarot would be the moon card, isn't it? So it's like I've come out of the energy, the stage in my life, let's say, that has been fairly uncertain or kind of in the dark, hidden. I've been in the dark and hiding away, or I've not been out in the public eye so much, isn't it? And it's been frustrating, and now I can take that new leap of faith in the new direction and be courageous and enjoy this freedom, but in the public eye. So he does not mind being in the public eye. He thinks that this is great. I'm loving this. I'm fulfilling my purpose here, and it's just giving me so much joy to be able to do what I'm doing here because it matters to people. Again, Pisces is going to be focused on others, as I said, and the love and the joy it can bring. So his main priority is going to be nurturing and developing his partnerships here, his friendships, the fandom and everything, right? And he is so ready to accomplish great things, create good music, and focus on the growth and evolution of BTS as well. So 9 of Cups here can also speak about, especially with the 3 of Cups coming through, celebrating, right? Raising those glasses and just, you know, saying a few toasts and, you know, really celebrating this new stage in all of their lives. And this is how he wants to remember this moment in his life as well, I suppose, and make it memorable more than anything. And as I said, I believe it was in Jimin's reading that, you know, happiness is a choice, and I'm choosing happiness. I'm choosing to have a great time and not focus on anything that could ruin it at the moment, at least, right? My focus is on joy and love and creativity, my craft, my art, and bringing the stardom, this music, my essence, I suppose, as well as an individual, as an artist, right, to my fans who adore me and who I also adore in return. I feel like let's take one more for Jungkook. Yeah, see, Eight of Pentacles is here. He is at the moment, I think, very much focused on work here. This Eight of Pentacles has been coming out for most members so far, at least. So yeah, his focus is on perfecting his skills and staying on top of everything. And he's also very motivated here as well. Very ambitious, very motivated, but passionate. I'm motivated because I'm passionate, right? So my skills, my talents, and mastering my talents and skills and putting that work into it, that does require a lot of discipline, doesn't really come so hard to me, or like I'm not struggling with the workload because I'm doing what I enjoy doing, right? So, but apart from that, when they're going to start touring, the work is going to be the most important thing, and obviously the fans here as well, and delivering best work he's ever done yet to his fans. That's what I mean. It's almost like, in his perspective now, spiritually speaking, it's like some sort of new stage is starting in his life that is nothing like it was before. Right before, maybe he was perceived as somebody who's a bit like boyish, or very young and very talented. Obviously, it's like this new stage is something different. I don't want to be perceived like that boy anymore. I don't want to be perceived as someone who is maybe immature or insecure a little bit in their expression, let's say. So I wouldn't know if that's the case, guys. If, before he was very quiet, maybe, or a bit shy even. Like that Page of Cups, really, who is very creative, yes, but also kind of dreamy, I guess, or sweet and sensitive. I feel like now the energy is more focused on, I don't want to be perceived as somebody who's like a boy who is still in that teenage kind of energy, right? Even though in the K-pop industry, maybe that's encouraged, you need to stay as young as possible, or, it's popular to be perceived as someone who is, very young or has this boyish quality to them. I feel like his perception is more focused on the Empress energy now. I want to be a respectful artist and somebody who's solid, somebody knows exactly what they're doing, somebody who's extremely talented and skilled, and who is perceived as somewhat mature, I guess. The Empress is mature woman already, right? And she is accomplished, a grown woman who is highly respected, I guess, in her field, right? So I think that that's his focus here. Now, not to mention, Empress would be quite fashionable and elegant more than anything, right? So maybe that's the direction that he's going to go in from this point onwards. Somebody who's maybe has a bit more mystery to him as well, and someone who is becoming more and more like elegant and classy. I feel like the intention here is to move away from the trendy teenage boy vibe and move towards someone who is going to be quite like timeless somehow. I don't know. Obviously, we don't know what their plans are for the future after the world tour and everything, but that's probably something that's on his mind or on the horizon, right? I want to be maybe a Grammy winner one day. I want to, it is that, as I said, the Empress is going to be somebody who is very accomplished, right? Who's really, really successful, and she's respected for that. She's not perceived as somebody who's just a young girl still, starting out in her industry. She's already accomplished. She is elegant, she is powerful, she's in her power, and she is strong, right? And he's maybe thinking that this is my goal, and this point in my life now is kickstarting this new cycle of me accomplishing amazing things that I've set my mind on, and that will last the test of time. Specifically, I'm getting. So bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Man here as well. Yeah, this is, I have to kind of pause and really take in this, everything that's starting now, and it's the start of this new cycle is already quite amazing, isn't it? And the Hanged Man does indicate that there's, especially with this heavy Pisces coming through here, that there's some deep insights and there's some sort of awakening taking place within him, that this is kind of like that imaginary threshold, let's say, where I'm stepping into a new way of being and I'm saying goodbye to the old me. Now, he most likely would be thinking along those lines, because he also has very strong Scorpio in his chart, isn't it? Or, well, 8th house influences. So he would be thinking deeply and seriously about this new stage in his life. It's not only about, oh yeah, let's go and let's have fun and do some dancing and creativity, but there's also those really serious thoughts and intentions that go along with that. And I'm not saying that he's thinking about like business or anything. He's thinking of himself as an artist, the journey that he's on, and that in no way he's ready to, distance himself from that journey. It's like, I'm born to do this. Like, this is my calling. This is what I'm best at. This is what I'm good at. And I have every intention to keep on going on this road, and I'm not stopping for anything, really. So he's really, really fired up here and so passionate. He cannot wait to start this part in his life, because do you think that this previous part has been, or like the previous stage in his life, okay, has been difficult, like the military, most likely, guys? We do remember those readings that I've done for him during the military time. They were painful. They were just awful. You could not compare this time that he's had in the military with, for example, the time that V had in the military. They're like night and day. I think he did struggle quite a lot, actually. And it's just nice to be doing what I'm doing, that I've always done, and it's nice to be in my element now and back where I belong, really. So that's what I mean. It's just kind of this new stage in his life is also symbolizing something much more deeper and much more destined, almost. I'm getting like really like intense energies coming through here. It's like I'm reuniting with my family where I've always belonged, and finally I can open this door and step into this new experience. And like getting really like a strong eclipse energy here. Okay, guys, so it's really, really lovely energy, really lovely reading for him. I think it's like one of the best ones I had for him in a long while, you guys. So super happy for him that he feels this way, and he feels so strongly about it all as well. But he wants to mature maybe a bit more along the way, not like right now, but along the way after maybe BTS has finished their world tour, and then maybe concentrate on himself more, his solo things and everything. But yeah, so far so good. I think that he is ecstatic. He is overwhelmed in a positive way. Like, I can't believe this is here now. I've been waiting for this moment forever and never. There were the times when I was in the military, I was just thinking, when is this time coming? When? It's just can't wait for this now. Can't wait to move on to the stage that I'm meant to be in anyway, right? And just the waiting, the anticipating of this new phase starting in his life, I think has been really, really painful to him. Or like, it's just been a bit bitter. I'm thinking, yeah, it's like, finally I'm getting to create. Finally I'm going to be on the stage as well. Like, when was the last time we were all together on stage and doing what we do best, isn't it? And it's just so exciting. He's really, really loving this, guys. Okay, so I'm sure you will notice his presence on stage as well when Arirang is going to be released, and Netflix show as well, isn't it? So I'm going to restart my Netflix as well. I just actually closed my account there because it got hacked twice. So I think I'm just going to open it for like a month and close it again just for BTS. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think as always. But this is essentially what I'm getting here for our lovely Jungkook. But let's move on now and let's have a look at Jin's energy next. For Jin, we have full moon energy, which is all about being in the spotlight, shining brightly, and it also is significant of the last cycle of the lunar cycle, basically, and then the new cycle starts, right? So this is everything coming together nicely. And you know, the full moon energy always comes with a bit of intensity as well. So he's maybe feeling quite intensely. Moon energy will be emotional as well. So emotionally, he's probably quite highly charged, or there's just that definitely emotional undertones here that, you know, everything is coming together finally. I'm anxious, I'm maybe stressed a little bit, right? And everything feels really, really intense, and that is causing me to feel slightly emotional even as well. Now, could be obviously for all the good reasons as well. It's like, finally this is here, right? Finally we've gotten to this place in our career or in our lives, obviously, as well. And you know, the journey to get here most likely has been quite intense as well. Okay, but we also have innovation card here. It says your creativity and innovation are shining in your work. You are thinking outside the box and bringing fresh perspectives and solutions. So yeah, I think that here what he's trying to say is that this new cycle is going to be somehow different again, how it's always been, or this just feels like something is transforming here. But at the same time, you know, he is ready to start creating. He's ready to come out of the box, come out of the dark, and shine brightly like this full moon, where you cannot miss a full moon in the sky when it's all illuminated and beautiful. And, you know, he is ready to shine now with all the members, okay? But let's see, what else do we have here for him? So overall energy, yeah, as I was just saying, that King of Wands, this is fantastic. This is me being optimistic, me in my power, ready to get out there and do what I'm doing best, right? King of Wands shines. King of Wands is very confident, and as I said, you know, he's most likely feeling quite emotional at the same time. That finally, you know, it's just bringing a tear to my eye that we're back together, we're doing what we've always been doing, and I'm back on the road traveling with my boys here, and that's starting very much again very soon with this full moon. Okay, so it's almost like, you know, King of Wands always speaks about a vision. Okay, he's a visionary, or he's trying to see the bigger picture of this whole journey, and he might be thinking like, I'm part of this picture, and we are meant to be together. We're meant to be doing what we are doing here, and I'm so happy that we're finally back together doing all of this again, right? And yeah, I feel like he's also really looking forward to maybe traveling and putting his career um, first, most likely in his life, where he's just really, really focused on doing the best work ever and um, being confident and staying confident as well, especially performing, because full moon would be, again, you're in front of everyone, you are illuminated in the crowd, and yeah, and that's probably him performing, because Kingo once again is a performer, he's a celebrity, a public figure. Okay, so he is just like, I'm ready to start creating, I'm ready to get out of this life that I've had here, all by myself, touring all alone and everything. I'm ready to leave that behind now and focus on what's to come. I'm ready to wrap up that cycle with that full moon and start a new cycle with my boys here, right? I'm excited. He probably quite enjoys being like part of, as I said, like that bigger picture, part of a group, right? Rather than being all by himself. And that's been coming through in his readings in the past as well, isn't it? That, when he was touring alone, maybe he felt like a bit lonely, like it's better when I tour with the boys, for example, something like that. And right now, thankfully, the energy is really, really good. Okay, so let's continue. Let's see what else, please, Virginia. How does he feel about reuniting? Oh, see, so much fire coming through with water. So he's certainly really passionate about getting things done and getting into everything as well. He's very inspired here and fearless. It's almost like, I'm ready to go, right? I'm not afraid of anything. We might have our ups and downs and whatnot, but that's not my main focus. My main focus is for us to get going and do as best as we can, be as successful as we can, and make this new stage in our life a success as well. And he might be, focused on keeping everyone happy as well, being like the Joker a little bit. I'm here to have fun and enjoy the ride, enjoy this experience, and I hope it will continue this way. Okay, let's see what else. I mean, Knight of Wands and King of Wands both are very energetic as well. And we've got a Six of Cups challenge, though. I don't know if, like, reuniting so far, like, behind the scenes, for example, hasn't been without challenges. Like, we've had our clashes and whatever, and we've had our fiery moments, emotional moments, like we've worked really, really hard, and sometimes it has been difficult, or some days have been better than others, but we've gotten to this point, like we've made it so far, right? We have in his perspective, maybe past the difficult bit now, actually. Now that we are together, or now we're almost together, that's supposed to be like the easiest part, because we'll be there for one another, and the creative process most likely has finished as well with this full moon. So now we're just in the public eye performing. But, for him, it's maybe also difficult to overcome the past as well, when they were young. There's some memories here, or just nostalgic sort of feeling that's coming through. But when you put Six of Cups in the reverse, this can speak about lack of playfulness. So I don't know if he's thinking that my life has lacked playfulness recently, or when it comes to like the group activities thus far, like recording and rehearsing and whatever, like we haven't had fun yet, or we've been really serious about creating music and tweaking our skills and mastering, I don't know, like these new choreography, for example, or whatever it may be, right? But we've been so focused on the work so far. Perhaps this new cycle coming together and starting the world tour is going to allow us to have more fun now as well. So that makes sense why he would think that the hardest part is maybe now over, which is preparing for that has been quite difficult or challenging every now and again. But again, you know, 91's is short-lived energy. It's only temporary though. So they've overcome their challenges and obstacles and so forth, and it's very rewarding to him at least. But let's see what else do we have for Jing, please. Another challenge. Ace of Wands challenged. So Ace of Wands is all about, first of all, energy, movement, passion. It's going to speak about new projects as well and just being inspired. I don't know how much he's inspired here to, I don't know, there's like hesitancy here almost as well about something, coming out with something that he's like, oh, this is a bit new for me. Like, I'm going to have to stay confident, you know. I don't know if this is like the vibe of the album, for example, with this full moon coming out. Like maybe if there's like, you know, if there's like, how do I say it? If there's like some passionate, I don't know, passionate vibes going on here, you know, a little bit that you could take in a certain way, okay, like maybe some sexy vibes or words or phrases or whatever, and that could be something that he might be feeling like it's a bit awkward, or it's just something that, you know, is new for me with this innovation card coming through here, and it certainly marks a place where we are transforming into something else, or there's something new when it comes to the group or our creativity or what we're trying to bring to the public, to our fans and so forth, right? And he might not be overly confident in that. Perhaps it does not align with him, or it's just not his style, let's say. But we do have King of Wands here, and Knight of Wands is passionate, hot and heavy, especially with that wand energy coming through here, guys. You know what this means. So it is like a kind of sexy vibe, or like that mysterious and seductive thing going on here, and he might be thinking, okay, I'm going to try and do my best and stay as confident as I can, but I might not feel that inspired when it comes to specifically that, or what I bring to the public as well, right? It might not be 100% my style or my taste. So as much as I'm really happy to come together with BTS and our fans and start this new cycle as well, it comes with a bit of, not so much like stress, it's more like intensity. Also, as a side note, I am planning to do a separate reading about Jin and the whole credits thing, right, where when it comes to the new album and why he wasn't mentioned in the credits or something like that. You guys have told me, you've asked me to do this reading, so I am still planning to do that one as well for Jin. Okay, so maybe that has something to do with that. Okay, but let's see what else for Jin. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Let's take a few more. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. And we've got the Hermit in the reverse as well. Oh, that's interesting energy. And see, we've got the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse again. And the 8 of Pentacles has come through for so many members so far. So 8 of Pentacles in the reverse specifically, again with this Ace of Wands coming out sideways, is interesting. It does speak about lack of motivation or inspiration, maybe, to go ahead with something, to do something. And now again, Ace of Wands, especially coming out with the Knight of Wands here, is active, taking action on something, like literally physically doing something, saying something, expressing something. Okay, wand energy is so expressive. I'm hesitant. I'm not overly motivated to go ahead and say or do something here because I have no passion for that. I'm not 100% agreeable with something here. but I kind of have to. I need to do the best that I can, right? Um, so maybe there's some disagreements in the past, at least, about certain decisions that have been made, like creative decisions. I'm getting. It's interesting that this Ten of Pentacles is in the reverse here as well. I feel like there's something to do with the darker side specifically of success, like keeping BTS relevant still in the public eye with the King of Wands being here. Again, it could be that he's like the only one with the Hermit being in the reverse who has disagreed on something that I don't think that we should go ahead with something like that. I don't think that this should define our success, or we should do something, or I don't know, could be even certain songs and whatever, right? Obviously we'll find out soon, because again, what this innovation card is over here, right? Thinking outside of the box, bringing fresh perspectives, as the card says. So the fresh perspective could be something that he's not overly been so on board with. I'm getting that it's like, I'm part of the team. I can't just, you know, say I don't want to do this and then be out of the team. I'm still focused on BTS rather than what I disagree about when it comes to the music or the lyrics or something within this, or when it comes to this new album that's coming out, or the presentation, or how we dance. Maybe there are some suggestive moves or something like that, right? And he might be thinking, I'm gonna try and do my best, but I don't agree with certain things. Yeah, that's what I'm getting, guys. That came through in his energy check as well, didn't it? So I mean, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse, okay, he could be thinking that this is maybe false, or it just doesn't portray our true essence or what we are about, or maybe specifically when it comes to him, this is not true to me, this is superficial to me, and this is the darker side of the industry that we're in. It's like we have to do certain things, or go along with certain things that we don't agree with or we don't want to, for the success, right, for staying relevant, in the public eye, or when it comes to the fans, and to bring more excitement to the fans. But this is hot and heavy type of energy. This is like, I'm a hot boy here, you know, saying F words and whatnot, or whatever it might be, right? And he might be saying, I don't want BTS to move too far ahead from their core values, the music that we've always made, just for the sake of money and success and fame and more money and whatever, right? Like, I don't agree with that specifically, I'm getting. But overall, he's happy to come together with BTS and hitting the road, and having these new experiences with BTS and his boys. Like, he's happy about that. You know, I feel like he loves being part of this group, and he loves genuinely being, you know, like little brotherhood almost, you know. It's like, these boys are my family. I cannot live without them. Even if we weren't BTS, we would still be hanging out with one another all the time. Like, we're besties, at least in his perspective. I love these guys, of course. I would do anything for them, even if it requires of me to do some very seductive moves on the stage or something like that, or I don't know, sing certain songs that have a, I don't know, some sort of undertone here, right? I'm gonna do it for the guys, even if I don't agree with that. I want what brings success to others, even though I don't always feel like I need so much success for my music, or, you know, it's something along those lines I'm getting. So overall, he's happy to be back with BTS. Of course he is, and with the fans and everything, right? And being in the public eye again, and so forth. But it's just something about, it's just something here that he does not feel like 100% either comfortable with, or he's just been the only one. The Hermit in the reverse is isolated. I'm lonely and I don't want to be, but, you know, he could be worried about that maybe if we're gonna go in that direction with our music and our style and all of that, we might be losing our way here a little bit. BTS became famous because it was unique, and our music and our interactions with one another, and our essence is unique because it's family friendly, for example, or it's just sweet, and it does carry a bit of innocence here, isn't it? It's like we're just boys who are relatable, and that's what got us this far. We should not move too far away from all of this, because it's genuine. I feel like this, it's genuinity that has gotten us this far, and people can really recognize us as like I don't know, boy next door type of vibe, isn't it? And we don't want to become those sexy beasts, for example. It just couldn't be any further from what we started with, isn't it? So it's something along those lines that he might be disagreeing with here, but he might be thinking, maybe I'm just too old, maybe I'm just becoming a boomer a little bit, or am I being a bit of a Karen here? So he's just still going along with it, but it's more for the boys rather than for the industry or the company. So yeah, overall, he's going to try and have fun and enjoy and embrace this new stage in his life. So that's what I'm essentially getting here, guys. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments what you think of all of this. But yeah, let's move on and let's have a look at Sugar's energy next. Okay, so for Sugar, we have third house here. So third house is all about learning, communication. This is also speaking about education and relating to like your inner circle. This is also speaking about short journeys as well. Okay, so I believe, didn't third house come out in his energy check that I've done as well? I believe third house came through there as well. I'm not too sure, but I think it did. But anyways, we also have, interestingly enough, communication in the reverse. Now this is all about communication, learning new information, how you're thinking, your intellect, and also not to mention other people who he needs to interact with continuously. Okay, but here it's in the reverse. So this card says miscommunication is causing confusion. Unspoken feelings or misunderstood words are blocking progress in the relationship. Misunderstood words. Interesting. I don't know if this is now something to do with songs and music, maybe some information that's out there about the reunion and stuff. I don't know if there's like confusion about that, or he's just feeling confused about some people starting to cause confusion or something within his close circle. Could be also the fandom as well, that could block his progress with BTS, or BTS's progress or something. This is really strange energy. Let's dive in, guys, and let's see, why is this here? Tell me more. So okay, how strange, isn't it? 5 of Wands in the reverse. This is peace after a fight of some sort, or he's just overall going to avoid conflict. This is very torn type of energy. This can speak about certainly some past conflicts that's taken place. So I don't know if this is him thinking about this scandal that he had, and now this can also speak about certain conflicts that's taken place within the group as well. 5 of Wands usually speaks about like temporary energy. It is past energy though as well. So don't know if there are some unspoken feelings still there that are causing resentments or something like that, or miscommunication has taken place with someone within that group as well. Now, not to mention third house can speak about, let's say, the tabloids, newspapers, and the media definitely can be as well. So he's maybe slightly not so much torn, but Five of Wands is quite a like intense energy. Fight or flight sometimes can be as well, isn't it? This is competition, but in the reverse specifically, his focus is on more than anything avoiding any miscommunication cropping up in the media, for example, or someone causing confusion over him maybe being reunited with BTS as well now. I don't know how aunties feel about all of this, right? He might be thinking about that, I don't want to bring shame and trouble to the band because of me and what I've gone through in the past, like some sort of fight and conflict and stuff, right? Um so yeah, I feel like at the same time, I don't think that he will want to focus on that as well, because if he has any internal tension here, with the Five of Wands, okay, in the reverse, it's like I gotta let go of that. I can't obviously stay focused on that. I think about these things too much because I still have a lot to process, I suppose, when it comes to this new phase in my life, a new stage in my life, or just overall the comeback overall is bringing on certain thoughts, specifically with Mercury being here, right? That I need to learn how to maybe avoid having even conflicting thoughts and feelings within myself when it comes to this comeback. Whether I should be here or not, whether I should have maybe left BTS or something, things of that nature. It's complex energy. I mean, Gemini coming through here is still quite like a bubbly, and I think overall he likes the fact that there's something new coming into his life, and Gemini energy likes that variety and change, isn't it? So he's welcoming that change, but it comes with tension or something like that. Anyways, let's dive in. Let's see what's happening here. Tell me more about Sugar's energy. What does he feel about reuniting BTS? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, that is kind of like a stuck feeling. I feel like, Knight of Pentacles in the reverse can sometimes speak about distrust as well, lack of loyalty, someone who I cannot trust, someone who I uh, don't trust as well. Now, with the third house being here, I don't trust the media. I don't trust the people who are talking online and what they could be saying, and it might cause conflict or diversity or something, or just something along those lines. Let's see what else. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse is I can't put work into something. I can't do something. I can't continue working. I can't progress. I can't grow. I can't evolve, right? And I'm feeling stuck. What a strange energy. Tell me more, please, about Sugar. But I'm going to stay strong. Yeah, I need to persevere, stay focused, and stay confident. Even though internally he could be feeling a bit like, ooh, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know what will be the outcome. I don't know what will people say. I don't know what the media is going to say about me being on stage and back with BTS and stuff. Are there going to be clashes and arguments and conflicts and uproar, for example, as well? But I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing here, despite of what anyone says. Let's see. What else, please? So it's good to get this strength here, because this is all about... Yeah, but look at Three of Pentacles in the reverse, though. And we're starting with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse as well, which is lack of work, or something's not working out. Something feels fairly stuck, and I'm singled out about something here, or in a certain situation as well. Something feels quite conflicting, disharmonious, right? And I don't know if there's been some fights that he's had or miscommunication within the group as well. So they're still kind of not so much passive aggressive, but it's like we're working on it. Like we're trying to put our differences behind here and come together, right? Put on that united front and avoid any arguments or conflicts from arising overall. It's just so strange. Now, for all I know, the Three of Pentacles certainly can speak about like a different collective as well, who are singling him out also. Queen of Swords in the reverse. Bitter, malicious energies. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments if that's been coming out or that's like happening in Seoul, in Korea, or something like that. That there are also people who don't want to see him being part of the group anymore or something. Because this is what I'm getting here. Let me see what else. I'm not getting like really happy vibes at all when it comes to sugar. Yeah, see, going back and forth. Up and down, feeling stuck. Then I'm like, okay, and I have to kind of become unstuck. Stop thinking about these things, sugar. Stop, you know, ruminating over what could happen and what's the worst that could happen, and you know who's not gonna like me being there on stage with BTS and whatever, right? He could be internally tense as well or torn, like should I be doing this, should I not be doing this? But I'm already doing it, so I better stay focused on staying confident and sticking to my decision to be part of this group and adapt, even if there are some, I don't know, antis or whatever, or even if there's some communication that's going to come out in the media, let's say, or comments and content and stuff like against me, like I should not be part of the group I'm getting or something like that. I'm gonna try and not rise to that. Yeah, and also a different thing here that I'm getting a third parties coming through here as well, with whom he's going to be away from, so he's going to also have to adapt to this, or he's going to have to find a way maybe how to manage his time because he's going to have multiple priorities here. So again, third house can speak about communication online, emails and messages and phone calls and stuff. Or I won't be able to be as communicative with some third parties outside of BTS. So I'm still kind of having to think how to avoid any conflicts from arising and how I can manage my time in a way that I could also give to the third parties as well that are also important, because it's putting a stop to the growth of these third parties, whoever they may be. Now could be a relationship, could be a home environment, could be his charity organization, isn't it? So still thinking of those things as well here. What is going on with Sugar? He is in this doubtful mood here, or he's like, well, this new phase in my life could go either really well or it could crash and burn, so I don't know how I feel about this. That's what I'm getting. The Magician in the reverse is untapped potential. I'm missing something. I don't have the full picture. Or it could also say that I don't really have any expectations. Like I don't know what to expect. I don't have any visions or dreams or aspirations for the future, because it either could go this way or it could go that way. So I just am going to try and stay focused on being confident first and foremost, and staying, emotionally stable, at least not rising to anything, even if there's going to be some backlash about me being part of the group I'm getting or something like that. So there is insecurity here and lack of confidence. That's why strength is here. I need to stay confident though. I need to persevere. This is the decision that I've made for myself. I need to stick with that through thick and thin, right? Through good and bad. I'm going to stick to my decision that I am part of this group. I should be here. And it's like he's trying to convince himself that even if there will be some people who will disagree with that and whatever, right? They don't want me to be in the public eye and whatnot, okay? I'm still going to go ahead and do what I've decided to do here. And I feel like it's the group as well that have decided to stay together no matter what. So this is a really bizarre energy. Also, not to mention, I do think that he might be thinking that when I'm going to um, go touring, let's say, I will miss someone here who is my strength as well, could be like a lover maybe. So I'm gonna have to stay as communicative or stay in touch with these people who usually ground me, who make me feel strong and confident as much as I can. So he might not like to be away too much from these people. That's like the negative of coming back with BTS, but I'm going to learn how to adapt. Third house, and whoever is also part of his life outside of BTS, they are going to learn how to adapt to his new life or new cycle, right? A new phase in his life, okay? It's all about adapting to this comeback basically, and also maybe to some degree it maybe has something to do with fans and the antis as well. It's like, well, tough, I'm here, I'm doing what I'm doing, and you better adapt. If you don't agree, then you don't agree, right? 501s in the reverse is agree to disagree as well. But I'm not going to start a fight or a conflict with you just because you think you know better, just because you think I should not be here, just because, you want to cause a massive conflict here and a tantrum and a scandal or something, right? Well, tough. I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm staying strong and very focused and confident that this is exactly what I'm meant to be and where I should be. I don't care what you have to say. It's this sort of slightly combative vibe, but it's more like intellectual, right? It's not like I'm coming at you with my fists. It's me mind over matter type of thing. You can disagree, but this is just your point of view. I don't agree with that, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I'm supposed to do, what I've decided to do for myself. My life has nothing to do with your life. Your opinion has nothing to do with how I should be living my life. So I'm moving on. You can continue whatever you want to do here, but I'm moving on. I'm not staying stuck in that energy. Do you know what I mean? It's like calculated. It's bringing out certain triggers, I guess. I feel like he's feeling slightly triggered here by what's happened in the past. It's that scandal. He could be thinking, I wonder if that's going to crop up or something's going to be spoken about again and BTS is going to be dragged into it. I might have to leave the group then. It's a little bit like that anxious type of energy that I'm getting. I'm feeling stuck, but I know I need to lift myself out of this stuck energy where I'm overanalyzing, overthinking, and fearing what's to come. And in reality, my main priority should be in staying focused in the here and now and not kind of becoming too wound up internally about all the things that could go wrong again. Okay, so it's quite a strange energy, but let's take one more sugar. Yeah, Queen of Cups is actually quite lovely to have. This is all about healing, being compassionate, nurturing, and caring, right? And not to mention both Queen and King of Cups are emotionally mature and balanced, and she's come out upright here. So emotionally, I need to get a grip of myself, right? It's a blessing that I've been giving this opportunity. It's wonderful that I'm going on this journey with the boys and everything, right? And I'm not alone. I have so much support around me, and this should be my main priority, not what could go wrong and what the naysayers are saying and who could be disagreeing with the fact that I'm here and, being part of BTS and whatever, right? And he's just maybe hoping that there won't be a divide that could take place when they will come back together, and they will start touring and performing, and when they kickstart all the group activities all over again. Now, for all I know, the third house can also speak about like journalism and interviews and stuff, and he could be thinking, well, I hope no one's going to ask any awkward questions about all of that. I don't really want to start talking about how I feel about whether or not I belong with BTS, if I should be even part of the BTS, because guys, you know how weird some reporters and journalists can be, isn't it? So that could be another thing that he's like, no, we need some healthy boundaries here. We did see that Queen of Swords before, didn't we? 10 of Swords in the reverse, you guys. 9 of Wands. 5 of Swords again. Ace of Swords is finally success. Putting this baggage behind, focusing on the success, and clear-headed on your goals as well. This is what I want. This is what I'm going for, and I should not be fazed about anything else that is being spoken of, right? I should stay headstrong and see things clearly as well, that people are going to maybe want to, I don't know, use my past situation in their advantage. Like if they're going to ask me questions, let's say reporters or journalists or whatever, right, are going to ask me questions about this in their interviews, it's going to maybe attract more likes and views and whatnot, so it's something along those lines that I'm getting here that he could be thinking about. Like, I really just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to touch this subject. And I know that once I'm going to put myself out there alone or with BTS, this is going to happen. So how can I prevent it? So how can I not get triggered by this? There are worries here basically, but 10 of Swords in the reverse is almost like, this is my chance to come out of this dark hole at the same time. So it is bittersweet, but there's no other way. Even if I feel conflicted about it, I'm not willing to give up on my journey, on my career and everything for what's happened in the past, right? And I'm definitely not wanting for the past to be dragged into my future as well. So I don't know if there's someone here who's looking after him as well, in terms of like when it comes to public appearances or talking specifically or interacting with the public and the media and everything. If there is someone here who's putting those healthy boundaries in place, like, let's just not start asking questions like that. There's someone who maybe could be a translator, somebody who is like a media manager or something like that, okay, who is going to be quite tough with people who are wanting to abuse and manipulate. I feel like BTS members and maybe Suga as well, to speak about certain topics he doesn't want to maybe even touch or think about, right? But he's almost aware that this new start, as much as it is a great thing that I can start fresh and start climbing upwards now and recover my reputation and my name as an artist, right? I can't resist the inevitable that this is also at the same time going to bring to the surface everything that I wanted to bury. And that's why I have conflicting thoughts and feelings about this reunion. It's going to be tough for me, but at least I'm going to try and stay compassionate. And I'll try and heal all these wounds, or whenever I get triggered, okay, I'll try and stay calm and not rise to anything, right? And focus on the gratefulness that I have fans who are loyal to me, because strength is unconditional love as well, okay? There are people who truly love me and the work that I do, and they care, so I should care as well, and I should not care about the naysayers, because they don't know what they're talking about, okay? So why should I get fazed by that? I shouldn't, isn't it? I should stay in my power and look forward to a bright future. But starting this new journey is going to be intense. It's just the beginning. That's most likely he's expecting to be slightly tough, but once he gets over this threshold, basically, he's maybe realizing also that things are gonna become easier after some time, isn't it? But he's rebuilding himself here as well. But yeah, as I said, it's not going to be without challenges. And also when it comes to BTS, I do think that maybe he's a bit worried about certain conflicts that have taken place and stuff behind the scenes as well. So again, he's like, we need to learn how to talk to each other, how to communicate, and how we treat each other. We need to stay nurturing and loving, supportive, and comforting of one another, because this is going to be heavy, right? And if we want to get along with one another, and if we want to have the best experience that we possibly can get out of this, we need to put ourselves in this Queen of Cups energy and avoid any conflicts and respect each other, and learn how to agree to disagree as well at times, okay? So his energy compared to all the other members is really, really different, guys, okay? So as I said, let me know down in the comments if there's already some sort of like stupid talk going on, in the media or YouTube or TikTok or wherever, right? But I feel like he's deeply fearful of that. That, oh my God, what if this happens and everything's just going to go down in flames because of me? It's like there's that, him blaming himself about maybe if there are some conflicts going to arise, or if there's going to be a divide in fandom, for example, even as well, or BTS should have gotten back together without Suga, for example. So, this is the sort of vibe I'm getting here. But yeah, I feel like as I said, he's going to try and recover and not stay stuck in this energy. And he's not giving up on his journey, though. He's just like, I've decided. If I've decided something, I'm going to see it through. And I don't care what you have to say. And that is fair enough, isn't it? Good for you, Sugar. But guys, this is all I've got now for our lovely Sugar. And this is all I've got for this reading now as well. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think down in the comments as well. How do you feel about them coming back together? Are you guys excited? Good summer is guaranteed for the boys at least. But I'll leave it here, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this reading. I hope you have a wonderful day. Wherever you are in the world, please stay safe, take care of yourselves, and I shall see you very soon in the next reading. Bye for now. Bye.